Jingle bells in the dead of night. Oh, what fear it is to hide from the things that start with might. Jingle bells in the haunted night. Oh, what time it is to roam through the darkness filled with fright.
Deep in the night, everything seems still as the snow slowly falls on the town of Wareville. But behind it all, there's a plan that could kill. There will be no sock miss if the mayor has his will. With malicious software, but there's a flicker from the hill. They call it Mount Hackett, the home of the glitch. The wares can't stand it, now they treat him like a witch. Just another evil hacker out to gobble up the kids. But behind all the trash and the monitor cliffs, there's a deep, deep cave covered with a floppy disk. Inside of the cave, there's a single gaming chair. It's the throne of the glitch as he hides in his lair. He's misunderstood, but he says he doesn't care. Say he's actually good, and he targets malware. He's misunderstood, but he says he doesn't care. Say he's actually good, yeah, let's target malware.
Jingle bells in the dead of night. Oh, what fear it is to hide from the things that start with might. Jingle bells in the haunted night. Oh, what time it is to roam through the darkness filled with fright.
Back in the town, preparations begin. Marty May Ware climbs the stage once again. She's the one in charge of the celebration. As she begins to talk, everything just ends. The power turns off and she's looking at her friends. But back in the sock, the alerts start to sound. Mount Hackett's IP has been identified and found. It must be the glitch trying to hit back at the town. McSkidy leaves quick and heads straight for the cave, ready to inflict pain. But Glitch is at the door. He's ready for this moment to tell her he's in a war with the mayor of the town, who is evil to the core. He explains a little more, how his keyboard is a sword, and to even up the score, he really needs our help. Get your black hoodie on and the VM you've been dealt. Together we are strong, saving sockness from the melts.
Jingle bells in the dead of night. Oh, what fear it is to hide from the things that start with might. Jingle bells in the haunted night. Oh, what time it is to roam through the darkness filled with fright. Jingle bells in the dead of night. Oh, what fear it is to hide from the things that start with might. Jingle bells in the haunted night. Oh, what time it is to roam through the darkness filled with fright.
Deep in the night, everything seems still as the snow slowly falls on the town of Wareville. But behind it all, there's a plan that could kill. There will be no sock miss if the mayor has his will. With malicious software, but there's a flicker from the hill. They call it Mount Hackett, the home of the glitch. The wares can't stand it, now they treat him like a witch. Just another evil hacker out to gobble up the kids. But behind all the trash and the monitor cliffs, there's a deep, deep cave covered with a floppy disk. Inside of the cave, there's a single gaming chair. It's the throne of the glitch as he hides in his lair. He's misunderstood, but he says he doesn't care. Say he's actually good, and he targets malware. He's misunderstood, but he says he doesn't care. Say he's actually good, yeah, let's target malware.
Jingle bells in the dead of night. Oh, what fear it is to hide from the things that start with might. Jingle bells in the haunted night. Oh, what time it is to roam through the darkness filled with fright.
Back in the town, preparations begin. Marty May Ware climbs the stage once again. She's the one in charge of the celebration. As she begins to talk, everything just ends. The power turns off and she's looking at her friends. But back in the sock, the alerts start to sound. Mount Hackett's IP has been identified and found. It must be the glitch trying to hit back at the town. McSkidy leaves quick and heads straight for the cave, ready to inflict pain. But Glitch is at the door. He's ready for this moment to tell her he's in a war with the mayor of the town, who is evil to the core. He explains a little more how his keyboard is a sword, and to even up the score, he really needs our help. Get your black hoodie on and the VM you've been dealt. Together we are strong, saving sockness from the melt.
Jingle bells in the dead of night. Oh, what fear it is to hide from the things that start with might. Jingle bells in the haunted night. Oh, what dread it is to roam through the darkness filled with fright. Jingle bells in the dead of night. Oh, what fear it is to hide from the things that start with might. Jingle bells in the haunted night. Oh, what dread it is to roam through the darkness filled with fright.
Deep in the night, everything seems still as the snow slowly falls on the town of Wareville. But behind it all, there's a plan that could kill. There will be no sock miss if the mayor has his will. With malicious software, but there's a flicker from the hill. They call it Mount Hackett, the home of the glitch. The wares can't stand it, now they treat him like a witch. Just another evil hacker out to gobble up the kids. But behind all the trash and the monitor cliffs, there's a deep, deep cave covered with a floppy disk. Inside of the cave, there's a single gaming chair. It's the throne of the glitch as he hides in his lair. He's misunderstood, but he says he doesn't care. Say he's actually good and he targets malware. He's misunderstood, but he says he doesn't care. Say he's actually good, yeah, let's target malware.
Jingle bells in the dead of night. Oh, what fear it is to hide from the things that start with might. Jingle bells in the haunted night. Oh, what dread it is to roam through the darkness filled with fright.
Back in the town, preparations begin. Marty May Ware climbs the stage once again. She's the one in charge of the celebration. As she begins to talk, everything just ends. The power turns off and she's looking at her friends. But back in the sock, the alerts start to sound. Mount Hackett's IP has been identified and found. It must be the glitch trying to hit back at the town. McSkidy leaves quick and heads straight for the cave, ready to inflict pain. But Glitch is at the door. He's ready for this moment to tell her he's in a war with the mayor of the town, who is evil to the core. He explains a little more how his keyboard is a sword, and to even up the score, he really needs our help. Get your black hoodie on and the VM you've been dealt. Together we are strong, saving sockness from the melt.
Jingle bells in the dead of night. Oh, what fear it is to hide from the things that start with might. Jingle bells in the haunted night. Oh, what dread it is to roam through the darkness filled with fright. Jingle bells in the dead of night. Oh, what fear it is to hide from the things that start with might. Jingle bells in the haunted night. Oh, what dread
night, everything seems still as the snow slowly falls on the town of Wareville. But behind it all, there's a plan that could kill. There will be no sock miss if the mayor has his will. With malicious software, but there's a flicker from the hill. They call it Mount Hackett, the home of the glitch. The wares can't stand it, now they treat him like a witch. Just another evil hacker out to gobble up the kids. But behind all the trash and the monitor clips, there's a deep, deep cave covered with a floppy disk. Inside of the cave, there's a single gaming chair. It's the throne of the glitch as he hides in his lair. He's misunderstood, but he says he doesn't care. Say he's actually good, and he targets malware. He's misunderstood, but he says he doesn't care. Say he's actually good, yeah, let's target malware.
Jingle bells in the dead of night. Oh, what fear it is to hide from the things that start with might. Jingle bells in the haunted night. Oh, what dread it is to roam through the darkness filled with fright.
Back in the town, preparations begin. Marty May Ware climbs the stage once again. She's the one in charge of the celebration. As she begins to talk, everything just ends. The power turns off and she's looking at her friends. But back in the sock, the alerts start to sound. Mount Hackett's IP has been identified and found. It must be the glitch trying to hit back at the town. McSkidy leaves quick and heads straight for the cave, ready to inflict pain. But Glitch is at the door. He's ready for this moment to tell her he's in a war with the mayor of the town, who is evil to the core. He explains a little more.
Hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in with me.
He really needs our help. Get your black
And we're not dealing with the Ubu today. I'm not in that mood.
strong, saving sockness from the melts.
But how's everyone's weekend been going? Hoping everyone's having a decent weekend. And it's not that kind of stream. I don't want to see any shenanigans going on tonight. Because remember, I'm trying to document my TryHackMe stuff. So I don't wanna deal with it tonight. Anyway, welcome everyone. We're gonna give it a while. I'm gonna pop into the hacker room. If anybody wants to hack with me. But Goddess Love is here. I wish there was like a point of view 2007 ad. Back when all the craze was iPhones and iPods and Motorola Razors. I miss those days. I miss those days. But anyway, we're gonna get started with day 7 of Advent of Cyber Night. And what we'll probably be doing tonight is some AWS log analysis for tonight. So that sounds like fun. I don't know if anybody has ever had experience with AWS in this chat, but we're gonna have a bit of fun with it for today's Advent of Cyber. Let me go ahead and post it in the TryHackMe Discord real quick. There we go. Okay, so we'll give it a little bit. Getting some stuff set up on the hack top. Making sure everything is working properly. Double check. Do I have the thing plugged in? Not. Let me deactivate and reactivate my capture card. There we go. I have a lot more people than I expected tonight. That's new. Like eight people popping in. Hello, all you people. All 8 of you on YouTube and Twitch. Hope you're all having a good weekend. And shout outs to some folks over at YamaCon over in Pigeon Forge. I got some friendos who are hanging out in Pigeon Forge this weekend. So here's my little shout outs to y'all. Anyway, we're gonna get started with Advent of Cyber, Day 7. And let's pull it up right here. There we are. So, we are at Day 7, and looks like we're gonna be doing some AWS log analysis. And I've not messed with AWS in a hot minute. Like, for real. I'm mostly an Oracle Cloud person myself. But here we are. We are going to get started with tonight's Advent of Cyber. And Goddess Love, look, if you press the hydrate button, I already did that tonight. I mean, seriously, I can't really drink anything but water for the next few days. Actually, I can drink carbonated now. I've only been given 3 days of nothing but water and soft and liquidy foods, so I think I'm in the clear. Alright, so tonight we are doing Day 7, and for Day 7 we're doing the AWS thing. So why don't we go ahead, since we have a lot of people in here, well, why don't we go ahead and get started with the story. Okay, so as Sockmas approached, so did the need to provide those without with something to read. Care for Wares tried. They admitted their mission. A gift for all wares. Sockmas tradition. Although they had some, they still needed more. To pick up some books, they'd head to the store. The town's favorite books would no doubt make them jolly. They ticked off the list as they filled up the trolley. With the last book ticked off, the shopping was done. When asked for their card, the wearer handed them one. "I'm sorry," he said, as the shop clerk reclined. I can't sell you these books, as your card has declined." The wearer put them back, as they walked in confusion. How could this be? An attack? An intrusion? And when they logged on, the wearer got a scare. To find the donations, they just weren't there. Payment declined. And welcome back, Goddess Love. Remember, we're not going to do any hijinks. I'm not in that kind of mood. And it's not that kind of stream tonight. So, Care for Wares infrastructure runs in the cloud. So they chose AWS as their cloud service provider, or CSP. Instead of the workloads running on physical machines on premises, They run on virtualized instances in the cloud. These instances in AWS are called EC2 instances, which is Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. A few members of the Wareville SOC aren't used to log analysis on the cloud, and with a change of environment comes a change of tools and services needed to perform their duties. Their duties this time are to help care for wares figure out what happened to the charity's funds. To do so, they will need to learn about an AWS service called CloudWatch. AWS CloudWatch is a monitoring and observability platform that gives us greater insight into our AWS environment by monitoring applications at multiple levels. CloudWatch provides functionalities such as the monitoring of system and application metrics, and the configuration of alarms on those metrics for the purposes of today's investigation. Though we want to focus specifically on CloudWatch logs, running an application on a cloud environment can mean leveraging lots of different services, like a service running at the application, a service running functions triggered by that application, a service running the application backend, etc. This translates to logs being generated from lots of different sources. CloudWatch logs makes it easy for users to monitor and store logs from all these various sources. A CloudWatch agent must be installed on the appropriate instance for application and system metrics to be captured. A key feature of CloudWatch logs that will help the Wareville SOC squad and us make sense of what happened in their environment is the ability to query application logs using filter patterns. Here are some CloudWatch terms you should know before going further. Cloud events. So a cloud event is a single log entry recording an application event. These will be timestamped and packaged with log messages and metadata. Log streams. So a log streams are a collection of log events from a single source. Cloud groups are a collection of cloud stream. Okay, log. Did I say log? I said. Okay, log events. A single log entry recording the event. An application event. Log streams. Log streams are, a collection of log events from a single source, and log groups being a collection of log streams. Log streams are collected into a log group when it logically makes sense. For example, if the same service is running across multiple hosts. CloudWatch can track infrastructure, application performance. But what if you wanted to monitor actions in your AWS environment? These would be tracked using another service called AWS CloudTrail. Actions can be those taken by a user, a role granted to a user giving them certain permissions, or an AWS service, and are recorded as events in AWS CloudTrail. Always on. CloudTrail is enabled by default for all users, JSON formatted. So that's basically all events types captured by CloudTrail and will be in the CloudTrail JSON format. Event history. When users access CloudTrail, they will see an option, Event History, and Event History is a record of the actions that have taken place in the last 90 days. These records are queryable and can be filtered out on attributes such as a resource type. Trails, so the above-mentioned event history, can be thought of as the default trail, included out of the box. However, users can define custom trails to capture specific actions, which is useful if you have bespoke monitoring scenarios you want to capture and store beyond the 90-day event history retention period. Deliverable. As mentioned, CloudWatch can be used as a single access point for logs generated from various sources. CloudTrail is no different and has an option feature enabling CloudTrail logs to be delivered to CloudWatch. As mentioned, CloudTrail helps capture and record actions taken. These actions can be interactions with any number of AWS services. For example, services like S3 or Amazon Simple Storage Service for used for object storage, and IAM or IAM, AWS's Identity and Access Management Service, which can be used to secure access to your AWS environment with the creation of identities and assigning of access permissions to those identities. So S3 and IAM will have actions taken within their service recorded. These recorded events can be very helpful when performing an investigation. What is JQ? So earlier, it was mentioned that CloudTrail logs were JSON formatted. When ingested in large volumes, this machine-readable format can be tricky to extract meaning from, especially in the context of log analysis. The need then arises for something to help us transform and filter that JSON data into meaningful data we can understand and use to gain security insights. That's exactly what JQ is and does. Similar to command line tools like sed, awk, and rep, JQ is a lightweight and flexible command line processor that can be used on JSON. Why can't I speak today? And yeah, Goddess Love, but you're welcome to chill. Actually learn something. And anybody's welcome in the Hackers Heckin' VC if you want to chill in the voice chat. Have to wake up early tomorrow? Dang. That sucks. How can it be used? So let's take a look at how we use JQ to transform and filter JSON data. The wares being the wares, they stored their shopping list from the trip to the bookstore in JSON format. So let's have a look at this, which is pretty readable. Dang, so you have to wake up super early then. So, have a look at this. That's basically the list. The JQ takes 2 inputs. The filter you want to use, followed by the input file. We start our JQ filter with the dot, which just tells JQ we are accessing the current input. From here, we want to access the array of values stored in our JSON with the brackets, or square brackets actually. Making our filter a dot square brackets. For example, let's run this command. And just gonna change the thing. So let me copy this and we'll give an example. CD day 7. Make dir and let's do this. 7:45. I mean, that's not too bad. Still, you gotta plan to wake up like an hour early or something. What kind of stuff do they have you doing? Make you get ready early anyway? Church or something? Alright, so we're gonna run JQ. We're gonna run this as an example. So the command resulted in this input. So once we've accessed the array, we can grab elements from that array by going one step deeper or further. For example, we could run this JQ command. And we're going to list .book title. And it's going to list all the book titles. So if we wanted to view all the book titles contained within this JSON file, that would return a nicely formatted output. So it's a lot nicer to look at, isn't it? It gives you an idea of what JQ is and what it does. Now, of course, JQ can filter and transform JSON data in many additional ways. In our upcoming investigation, we're going to see this tool in action. So now that we have refreshed our knowledge of AWS CloudTrail and JQ alongside McSkidy, let's go ahead and investigate this peculiar case of Care4Ware's dry funds. The responsible ware for the Care4Ware's charity drive gave us the following information regarding the incident. So we sent out a link on the 28th of November for everyone in our network. That points to a flyer with the details of our charity. The details include the account number to receive donations. We've received many donations the first day after sending the link, but there were none from the second day on. I talked to multiple people who claimed to have donated a respectable sum. One showed his transaction, and I noticed the account number was wrong. I checked the link, it was and it was still the same. I opened the link, and the digital flyer was the same except for the account number. McSkidy recalls putting the digital flyer Wearville-bank-account-QR in an Amazon AWS S3 bucket named Wearville Care for Wares. Let's assist McSkidy and find out more about that link. Before that, let's go ahead and review what information we have so far that we currently have, to start the investigation. So the day after the link was sent out, several donations were received. Since the second day after sending the link, no more donations have been received. A donator has shown proof of his transactions. It was made 3 days after he received the link. The account number in the transaction was not correct. McSkidy put the digital flyer in the AWS S3 object called Wearville-bank.account-QR.png under the bucket Wearville Care for Wares, and the link has not been altered. So now that we have enough information, let's go ahead and start the attached virtual machine by starting the... Go ahead and exit split view for right now. So let's hit start the attached machine, and note that this is going to take 3 to 5 minutes for it to initialize. So the machine, as we've seen, will start in split screen mode. So do we need the attack box today? No. Do we need to start the VM today? Yes. Is there a split screen available? Yes. Is there a direct link available? No. And are we giving credentials to connect directly to the VM? No. So let's show the... at an hour. So split view. And is there a way... We're gonna wait for a way to... expand on that. So we're gonna wait a while. You're not too late. We're just getting started. So let's examine the CloudTrail logs related to the Wearville Care for Wares S3 bucket. So for a quick example, a typical S3 log entry would look like this on the left. It might be overwhelming to see the sheer amount of information in one event. There are some elements that we can focus on for our investigation. User identity, details of the account, of the user account that acted on an object, the event time, when the action occurred, event type, what type of event occurred, event source, from what service the event was the event logged, event name, what specific action occurred, source IP address, from what IP address did the action happen, user agent, what user agent was used to perform the action, and request parameters, what parameters were involved in the action. By using the guide above, we can read the example log entry as follows. The IAM user Wareville collector listed all objects, or list objects meant, of the S3 bucket named AOC CloudTrail Wareville. The IP address from which this request originated is 3420.247.218.56. The user agent indicates that the request was made using the AWS SDK tool for Go. Now that we know where to look, let's use JQ to filter the log for events list related to the Wareville bank account QR S3 object. The goal is to use the same elements to filter the log file using JQ and format the results into a table to make it more readable. According to McSkidy, the logs are stored in the Wareville's logs directory. Let's go in here. Wareville logs. We have 2 logs. Okay, so to start, we've gone ahead and clicked the terminal icon on the desktop. We have 2 logs. So with the commands we've listed above, we changed our current directory to the directory McSkidy mentioned using the cd command, or change directory command. And we listed the contents of the directory using the ls command. You can also use ls tac LAH to list everything neatly, list all the files and or directories. It also lists the hidden directories and files too. So as you can see, there are 2 files inside of it, but we will focus on the CloudTrail log JSON for the investigation. Let's go ahead and start investigating the CloudTrail log by executing the command below. So we're gonna run JQ R, or tech R actually. Records. We also need dot there. Hit the square, list the square brackets. I don't want to open another terminal. We're gonna select event is event source s3.html Amazon AWS.com. And we're gonna request parameters. Bucket name, is that right? Yeah. Where will pairs for wheres actually I could just lowercase that. I know how finicky Linux can be with cloud sensitivity. Okay. Do it right. I don't think I did it right. Plus parameters. Bucket name. It should be right. I'll copy and paste this anyway. Okay, that's where I messed up. No. Ah, okay. Misspelt it there. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff. So let's do a quick breakdown of the command we executed. So JQ tag R filter quotation marks, single quotation marks by the way, file.jsn, JSON. So the tag R flag tells JQ to output the results in raw format instead of JSON, and note that the filter section is enclosed with single quotes. The last part of the command accepts the input file, which is filetrail_log.json. .records with the square brackets to the right of it. So this instructs JQ to parse the events in the records container element. The records field is the top element in the JSON formatted CloudTrail log. And pipe this command right here. So this uses the previous command's output and filters it on the event source and requests parameters.bucketName keys. The s3.amazonaws.com value is used to filter events related to the Amazon AWS S3 service. And the value Wareville cares for wares is used to filter events related to the target S3 bucket. As you can see in the command output, we were able to trim down the results since all the entries are from S3. May not seem it, but it does make sense. So it's still a bit overwhelming since all the fields are included in the output. We're going to go ahead and refine the output by selecting the significant fields. So let's go in here and execute following command. So we're going to amend to it, adding a pipe and square brackets. So what do we want? We want that event time, comma, we separate with the comma, event name, comma, dot user identity dot username, comma, think, okay, no comma, forward slash, that is, hang on, let me, that's out of space, so, one, and A, dot, request, parameters, key, or dot key actually, repeat the NA with double quotes, repeat, I not do that right, we want bucket key, bucket name actually, bucket name, request parameters dot key, same thing again, and we want source IP address, Damn window. Square bracket. Or damn tab, I should say. And that's it, I think. So this is a lot less overwhelming over here. So we've appended another pipe after our previous filter. So let's go ahead and discuss it quickly. So the piped filter uses the previous command's output and formats it to only include the defined keys such as .eventTime, .eventName, and .userIdentity.username. The defined keys are enclosed in square brackets to process and create an array with the specified fields from each record. And note that the string //NA is included purely for formatting reasons. This means that if a defined key does not have a value, it will display NA instead. As you can see in the results, we can focus on notable items, but our initial goal is to render the output in a table to make it easy to digest. So let's upgrade our command with additional parameters. Here we go again, guys. So let's have a look. Don't need to get rid of what we've got. Just need to append to it at the beginning. Event. Name. Or strings. Event. Actually, event time. Event name, comma, username, comma, bucket, name, comma, key and source IP. Key, source, IP, bracket. Now, we're gonna put all of this inside parentheses. Like so. And we're gonna add another pipe at TSV. That's it. Now we need to add another pipe column pack T. That looks right. So we've added the following items to the command. So this command to the left right here that I'm highlighting. So this new command prepends a column at a row and is defined using square brackets since it is an array that corresponds to the selected fields. Note that a comma is used before the select filter to combine with those of the select filter results we previously used. Pipe at TSV sets the array element. The output processed after the filters as a line of tab separated values, and column tech s and whatever. So it takes the output of the JQ command, now resulting in tab separated values, and beautifies its result by processing all tabs and aligning the columns. Note, our corrupted command lets us summarize S3 activities from a CloudTrail log. Now that we have crafted a JQ query that provides a well-refined output, let's have a look at the results and observe the events. So based on the columns, we can answer the following questions to our assumption. How many log entries are related to Wareville, the Wareville Care for Wearers bucket? We can count 5. Which user initiated most of these log entries? Let's see. 4 of them list glitch, but there's an NA that also matches the same IP address. Could be glitch. Were there any specific files edited? List objects, put objects, pre-flight request, and list objects. I would say the QR was adjusted. Or edited, actually. So, the QR file is probably the one that was edited. What is the timestamp of the log entries? All happened on November the 28th at 3:22 local time, and we can see the source IP. So looking at the results, 5 logged events seem related to the Wareville Care for Wearers bucket, and almost all are related to the user glitch. Aside from listing the objects inside the bucket, list object event, the most notable detail is that the user glitch uploaded the file Wareville bank account QR on November 28th, and this seems to coincide with the information we received about no donations being made 2 days after the link was sent out. McSkidy is sure there were no user glitch in the system before. There's no one in the city hall with that name either. The only person that McSkidy knows with that name is the hacker who keeps to himself. McSkidy suggests we look into this anomalous user. McSkidy wants to know what is this anomalous user account, what this anomalous user account has been used for, when it was created, and who created it. Enter the command below to see all the events related to the anomalous user. We can focus our analysis on the following questions. What event types are included in these log entries? What is the timestamp of these log entries? Which IP addresses are included in these log entries? And what tool or OS was used in these log entries? Let's take a look. And we're gonna go ahead and get rid of some of this. Records. Select identity, username. Let's make an adjustment here. And okay, let's have a look. Your identity, username, glitch. Now, okay. Try this again. Messed that one up, but that's okay. Identity, username, glitch. I'm gonna double check with this. Event name, user identity. And we don't need the bucket name or the key. all we will need are event time, event name, username, and source IP address. We add this, see if this works. We have a ton of things. Okay, so we got a few events, several events actually. Okay. So the results show that the user glitch mostly targeted the S3 bucket. The notable event is the console login entry which tells us that the account was used to access the AWS management console using a browser. We still need information about which tool and OS were used in the request, so let's view the user agent value related to the events using this command. Let's make some adjustments. We want user agent okay, and we're gonna add a user agent to the array. So he was using a Mac. He was using, whoever it was using a Mac. Probably Safari. No, it's Chrome. Chrome and Safari. Probably Safari. On an Intel Mac. Using Mac OS 10.15. There's also OpenJDK. There was a Mac and OpenJDK. So there are two user agent values included in all log entries related to the glitch user. So this command right here, this user agent right here, is for the internal console used in AWS, so it doesn't provide much information. But what we did get right here is this user agent that provides us with two pieces of information. The anomalous account uses a Google Chrome browser within macOS 10.15. An experienced attacker can forge these values, but we should not dismiss this information. It can be valuable when comparing different entry logs for the same user. We will park the current information for now, But let's gather some more information to connect the dots. So the next interesting event to look for is who created this anomalous user account. We will filter for all IAM related events, and this can be done by using the select filter. And we're going to do event source. Dot event source equals iam.amazon.aws.com. So let's see. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We're going to add event source right between event time and event name. Put a comma here. And let's go ahead and get rid of user agent. Alright, so event source. We want iam.amazon.aws.com. List policies, get policies, creating login profile, create user, it's a username McSkidy. So based on the results, there are many list policies events, but by ignoring these events, it seems the most significant IAM activity is about McSkidy invoking the create user action and consequently invoking the attached user policy action. The source IP where the requests were made is 53.92.201.69. It is. Remember that this is the same IP address that the anomalous user glitch used. Now let's have a more detailed look at how the event. Let's have a more detailed look at the event related to the create user action by executing this command. So it's going to be a smaller command. So it's going to be JQ .records type select we want event source equals iam.amazon.aws.com and event name create user cloudtrail.json. We have an error. Which is a syntax error. I forgot the dot in event name. Hey, just let me. Kiri. So based on the parameters of the output, it could be seen that it was the user McSkidy who created the anomalous account. Now we need to know what permissions the anomalous user has. It could be devastating if it had access to our whole environment. We need to filter for the attached user policy event to uncover the permissions set for the newly created user. The event applies access policies to users, defining the extent of the access to the account. Let's filter for the specific event by executing this command. So let's change this up. So the event name is attached user policy. This is interesting. So McSkidy is baffled by these results. She knows that she did not create the anomalous user and did not assign the privileged access. She also doesn't recognize the IP address involved in the events and does not use a macOS. She only uses a Windows machine. All this information is different to the typical IP address and machine used by McSkidy. So she wants to prove her innocence and asks to continue the investigation. McSkidy suggests looking closely at the IP address and operating system related to all these anomalous events. Let's use the following command to below to continue with the investigation. We'll go back over here. Same command. We're gonna make some tweaking. I'm gonna select IP address. Okay, so source IP address 53.92 .01.69. Aha! I see. Very interesting. So, based on the command output, 3 user accounts. McSkidy, Glitch, and Mayor Malware were accessed from the same IP address. The next step is to check each user and see if they always work from that IP. So let's focus on each user and see if they always work from that IP. So let's enter this command below. We're going to make another adjustment here. This time we're going to add user agent to the command. User agent. Okay, so we want user identity username. We're gonna start off with McSkidy. Next, we add the user agent. Filter. That should do. Okay. We have a different IP address with McSkidy. So with McSkidy username, we have a different IP, 2 different IP addresses. For Glitch, technically 2, but we have an internal IP. Okay. Mayor Malware. Same IP address. Mayor Malware is using the same exact IP address each time. So, while gathering the information for each user, we can focus our investigation on the following questions. Which IP does each user typically use to log into AWS? Which OS and browser do each user usually use? And are there any similarities or explicit differences between the IP addresses and operating systems used? And did I not do this right? I did not. There we go. Mirror Malware uses macOS. McSkidy, Windows, and Glitch. Where's Glitch? We can get an idea. I can get an idea right there based on the questions. Based on the results, we have proven that McSkidy used a different IP address than before the unusual authentication was discovered. Moreover, all evidence seems to point towards another user after correlating IP address and user agent used by each user. Who do you think it could be? McSkidy has processed all the investigation results and summarized them below. The incident starts with an anomalous login with the user account McSkidy from IP address 53.94.201.69. Shortly after the login, an anomalous user account glitch was created. Then, the glitch user account was assigned administrator permissions. The glitch user account then accessed the S3 bucket named Wareville Care for Wares and replaced the Wareville bank account QR PNG with a new one. The IP address and user agent used to log into Glitch, McSkidy, and Mayor Malware accounts were the same. The user agent string and source IP of the recurrent logins by user account McSkidy are different. McSkidy suggests gathering stronger proof that the person was behind this incident. Luckily, Wareville Bank cooperated with us and provided their database logs for their Amazon Relational Database Service, or RDS. They also mentioned that these are captured through their CloudWatch, which differs from the CloudTrail logs as they are not stored in JSON format. For now, let's look at the bank transactions stored in the Wareville logs Wareville log / RDS.log file. Since the log entries are different from the logs we previously investigated, McSkidy provided some guidance on how to analyze them. According to her, we can use the following command to show all the bank transactions. Rep is a Unix command line utility used for searching strings within a file or an input stream. So from the command above, McSkidy explained that all insert queries from the RDS log pertain to who received the donations made by the townspeople. Given this, we can see in the output the two recipients of all donations made within November 28, 2024. As shown above, the Care for Wares Fund received all the donations until it changed into a different account at a specific time. The logs also reveal who received the donations afterwards, given the account owner's name. With all these findings, McSkidy confirmed the assumptions made during the investigation of the S3 bucket, since the sudden change in bank details were reflected in the database logs. The timeline of events collected by McSkidy explains the connections of actions conducted by the culprit. Right here. Okay. Let's look through all of this. What other activity was made by the user glitch aside from list object? That is here. So we want put cool. And let's go to McSkidy. Also more glitch also. Ambiguous. Okay. Answer these questions. Get out of here. Okay. Console login. And I'm going to copy this and paste it. And we know this IP. Okay. And let's put in McSkidy's IP address. And one more. And we're gonna copy this. That's bank. That's a fake account number, by the way, guys. So don't get any funny ideas. Don't hack into this card because it's fake. Alright, so we're done. So if you want to learn more about log analysis and how to interpret logs from different sources, then this is a subscription only mode, but if you're subscribed, go to the log universe room. Alright, looks like we're done. That was longer than I anticipated. The 2 hour, we may actually end it at 2 hours tonight. Fascinating stuff. Well, thank you. I will say I kind of enjoyed doing this a little bit more than I anticipated. So we can actually go to 2-hour mark just chatting a little bit. There's a little bit of water. And I will say water does not hydrate me enough. I need... Gatorade hydrates me more. They have the electrolytes. That hydrates me a lot better than just plain water. I don't know why that's the case. Like, my body is weird. Okay. Anyway. It is fascinating stuff. Thank you so much, Whisper. Alright, so who's in the chat right now? Post in the chat, I will give you a shout out. If you want to lurk, that's fine too. But if anybody wants a shout out, go ahead and post in the chat. We're going to do some chat room shout outs here in a bit. We'll do some Twitter shout outs, some Blue Sky shout outs, and Mastodon shout outs. And if I get if I get a total of 10 boosts, reposts, whatever, on all those platforms, any of those platforms actually, I will tell the story about why I hate fruit salad and the Wiggles. Okay? Okay. Alright. So, who do we got in the chat room? We got Whisper of Snow, we got Goddess Love. That's basically everybody. Hoping y'all's weekend have been well, by the way. Hope y'all enjoyed the advent of cyber fun. Let's go ahead and do some Twitter shoutouts. Follow me on X, Blue Sky, and Mastodon, folks. We may or may not do Instagram, I don't know. It's been a while since I've used Instagram. I don't really like Instagram that much. I do like Twitter, despite it being owned by Elon Musk. But I like these kind of social media platforms. You know, Twitter, Blue Sky, and Mastodon. I like those platforms. We don't have any Twitter shoutouts, which is surprising. Usually we get the bots coming out with the... I guess Twitter's being a big pain right now. I have no Twitter shoutouts then. Let's go over to Blue Sky. Do we have any Blue Sky shoutouts that we had here? And I'll be honest, I do enjoy Blue Sky quite a bit. I might actually, well, I'm gonna maintain the unhingedness on Twitter. But I will... I'm not as unhinged over on Blue Sky as I am on Twitter. Anyway, what's going on to Hina Lusare? Okay. We got somebody named Maria Davis. Maria! Who else do we got here? Oh, let's check Mastodon. Do we have anybody on Mastodon to shout out? Well, we got Dots and Shoots and the IT Teacher Height. It's the same people. The same bot. Every time. Alright. That's gonna do it for tonight. That's just gonna do it for me tonight, guys, gals, non-binary pals. We're gonna go over to Twitch and find someone to raid. No, I'm gonna primarily be raiding someone else who's doing Advent of Cyber. I'm not really up for doing much else tonight, but next Saturday we're gonna do a lot more. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Because the chaos is coming back to next weekend. Anyway, folks, let me see. Do we have anyone doing Advent of Cyber on my follow list? Let's see. Not seeing anyone yet. Not seeing anybody yet. Although if you find someone who's also doing Advent of Cyber, please do let me know. And yeah. Alright, let me see here. Not seeing anyone yet. Nobody on my follow list is doing Advent of Cyber for some reason. Everybody's doing Advent of Code and doing their own coding stuff, it seems. I see Kirsha's got her Goon Squad. I see billions reacting to stuff. Alright, let's check the Advent of Cyber. Yeah, we're gonna bring back the chaos next weekend. Okay, I do see somebody doing Advent of Cyber. I believe. Anyone else? Anyone else doing Advent of Cyber? No? Okay. Well, we do have somebody who is streaming Advent of Cyber. Linux Gamer Creative Linux User. And they're also doing Day 7 of Advent of Cyber. So we're gonna go ahead and send a raid to this person. And say hello. That's nobody I know yet, but we're gonna send them a raid anyway. I just hope they don't mind the chaos. That is my stream. Alright. So we're bringing back Troller Day Night Live. For everybody tuning in. The Quirky Gak. Did I meet them? Wait, did we meet them, miss? No, we did not. Okay. They're pushing for affiliate. So you know what? We're gonna help this person get affiliate today. We're gonna hope that this person gets affiliate. Okay? Okay. I want to help someone get affiliate if they're not getting affiliate. If they're doing TryHackMe stuff, then we're gonna get them that are. What do you guys say? Can we do that? Can we get this person to affiliate? We're gonna help them with their affiliate push. Alright. So let's get ready to do the raid. I'll drop this dude to follow. Alright, we'll drop him a follow. 84 follows. Okay, we need to get him to affiliate. Everybody get ready. We're gonna give him affiliates here in a bit. Alright, let me get to hack the planet command real quick. Let me get the command for you guys. Help me get this guy to affiliate, guys. I want to help him. I want to help him. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what time. Depends on how I feel. But we'll see where things go. Alright. Come on. Show me the thing. There we go.
Trashing our rights, man! They're trashing the fluid data! They're trashing! 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 Hide the planet! Hide the planet! Shut up and get in the car!
Okay. So thanks everyone for tuning in with me. Let me copy that. And let's go say hi to our new friend, the Quirky Gek. Crash and burn forever. You know, they're my OTP. They're honestly my OTP. Crash Override and Acid Burn. They are my one and only true OTP. Alright, so the raid is starting. So, everybody, thanks for tuning in with me. I will see you all tomorrow for day 8 of Advent of Cyber. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Take care, everybody. Bye.